cute. So yeah, this is how they all look together. Nice, cute little family. And he took so much time to make. Hello you guys, today we are market prepping. I do have a Palm Street Live tomorrow and I really don't have that much inventory. So we are going to be crocheting as many things today as possible. First, I'm going to show you guys all the inventory that I currently have. It's mostly my most recent patterns. So I have like Momo Monkey and some squirrels back there. And then I have something else very exciting to show you guys over there. And yeah, this is just going to be one long market prep vlog. So come along and crochet with me. So the first thing that we have ready for tomorrow is Momo the monkey. If you guys didn't see, Momo the monkey released last month, I believe. Super versatile. You can fling him all about, do a bunch of dance moves with him. His limbs are really long, and this is actually the only one that I've made of him so far. I really want to eventually make one with like fuzzy yarn, but for right now, this is all we have, just the classic little fella. And then I have a bunch of squirrels because I don't know, something about the spooting squirrel pattern, I really couldn't get it right. Like I made a lot of different modifications with it, and then I wanted to try it with some different yarns. So I have 4 different splooting squirrels. This one right here was the prototype. As you can see, it's a little monochromatic. Also, okay, something very annoying happened. So for the longest time, I haven't been able to get Parfait Chunky Teddy Bear because it was out of stock. And then maybe like a few months ago when they were having a sale, they had a bunch of it. So I got, I think like 5 skeins. So when I started making this, I used the last little bit of the previous lot to start to make the snout, and then the rest of it was made with the new one. Well, if you guys can see in the camera here, there is a slight coloration difference on the snout as opposed to the rest of the body. You can't see it in person, which is why I thought it would be okay, but on camera you can tell the difference. So it's super weird. I'm going to auction this fella starting at $1 anyway because he is the prototype, and also that. But he's got his cute little acorn there too. One of the things I really like about this pattern is he can kind of sit as well and have his little acorn like that. It's very cute. But yeah, the thing with the yarn was really weird. I was like, oh my gosh, how rude. Then we have this splitting squirrel. So once I made that one, I was like, okay, we definitely need to add some color changes and things like that. So I decided to do the tail in a slightly different color. So I did the darker brown for the tail and then the tan for the body. We also have a cute little acorn, and then I gave him sparkly eyes as well. I made a splitting squirrel without an acorn. So this was made using burlap blanket with a 6mm hook, or actually no, it was a 6.5mm hook. And then I used these, I think they're 25mm sinker eyes, and I think they're really cute. I like how they turned out. I wanted to make one squirrel without the acorn just so he could be a full-on splooting fella. And then you can really see here how he looks when he's sitting like that. How cute! Oh my gosh. By the way, you guys, the wow. This splooting squirrel pattern is available on my Etsy now if you'd like to check it out. And then finally, this is the one that I love the most. Don't tell the others. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just said that. This one I made using Sweet Snuggles yarn and faux fur yarn for the tail from Michaels. And then we have, again, these custom sinker eyes. I believe these are 30mm. You guys, this fella is 17 inches long. And then of course he does also have the acorn as well. This is definitely a bigger guy, as you can see. He took me a while to make, especially with this. So I'm not anticipating that he will find a home tomorrow, but we will see. Also, I did accept a few commissions recently that I wanted to show you guys. I thought about, because I don't have that much inventory, I was like, oh, should I sell this and then make it again? But I don't think I'm gonna do that. I made a jumbo seagull with a french fry for somebody. So cute. I think this is the first time I've ever made it in a jumbo size. And then the same person actually wanted me to modify my fruit hat duck pattern and make it into a mallard duck. Very, very cute. I think I did end up adding one more round into the neck to create the little white spot, but I really like how I looked. And then they wanted a little peach colored hat. So I'm going to try to time it so that I can send these fellas out when we ship the orders for the Palm Street Live. Okay, now you guys come with me, come with me. I'm so excited to share this with you guys. Well, if you have been looking at my Instagram, then you've already seen it. At the time you guys are watching this video, yes, okay, so the tester call is closed because that closed on Tuesday, but the pattern will will release on the 23rd, so the following Tuesday. Oh, I didn't realize he was in frame the whole time. Oh my gosh, you guys. So introducing to you for the very first time, my next pattern, Chef Capy. You guys, I love him so much. This is one of those patterns that was just kind of meant to be. This is the prototype, and the way that I made it is exactly how it turned out. First try. I always love when that happens. I feel like it's 50-50. Sometimes I need to make several different prototypes, and then sometimes it just works out like this. So he is just adorable. His little apron ties in the back. This part you can untie. It's just the chef's hat is sewn directly on, so you might not want to take the apron off. Also, the little tomato in his hands is sewn to his hands, so it might be kind of weird to take it off, but you definitely could take the apron off if you wanted to. Let me give you guys the full 360 of how he looks. As you guys can see, this one is holding a tomato. I do want to make another variation where the other one is holding a pie, so you guys can have like a choice of what your Chef Capy is holding and cooking, I guess. So I'm gonna try to do that a little bit later today, and as I make that one, I'm going to be taking pictures as well for the pattern doc, and then hopefully tomorrow we can have it available for the Palm Street Live. I'm planning on posting the tester call tomorrow, and I usually like to post the tester calls in the morning, so by the time the Palm Street Live happens at 3, the pattern will already be announced, but these guys will be available, so it's really fun. It's kind of like an exclusive pattern. And then I also wanted to show this one to you guys, so I just made this one yesterday. It is a jumbo version of Chef Capy. How cute is he? So I made this one actually using demi pearl yarn from Michaels with a 6.5mm hook. This one is also holding a giant tomato. And then look at those custom sinker eyes. These are actually by What's Up Cupcake, Christine. Shout out to her. Her eyes are always absolutely gorgeous. I love how the kind of orange, oh, what are these called? Blood Moon. These eyes are called Blood Moon. I love how they look with the color of the yarn. So to recap, this is all the inventory that we currently have for tomorrow. Just a lot of splitting squirrels and cappies, and then of course our one Momo the monkey. Oh my gosh, I am incredibly excited for the Chef Capy pattern, you guys. It is exactly what I envisioned, and the idea for it just popped into my head, I think last week. Ugh, I cannot wait. Like I said, the pattern is going to release on December 23rd. So as you can see, we have a lot of larger items back there, and I definitely want to make some smaller items as well. So that's going to be kind of the main focus for today. Also making some fuzzy weighted items, since that is something that I also really love to do. I always try to do some things that I've never done before, and this is one thing that I've never made as a fuzzy weighted version, and I actually haven't made one of these in a very long time, and that is a mushy boy. I haven't made a mushy boy in probably, oh my gosh, maybe like 8 months or so, so it's definitely been a while. I am going to make a fuzzy weighted version. So for the top, I'm going to use this, I believe this is Slate, that's the color for it, and then this is the first time I've ever used the shade. I actually didn't know about it. This is the shade Sandy Dollar, so I'm going to use this for the bottom part. So this is the progress on the mushy boy so far. I really like how it's turning out. So I think what I'm going to do for this one is probably use white yarn to embroider the spots on the top of it. Also, when I put the weighted pellets in, I'll probably just make the pouch big enough to fill the entire mushy boy, so there probably won't be any polyfill that goes into it, which I really like when that happens, because then it's just kind of like one big knacky sack. Hacky sack? Knack sack? I can't remember what that's called. Alrighty, let's get our weighted pouch ready. So first thing we're going to do is get our funnel. I really like this one. Shout out to Luciana for getting it for me, but this one's awesome because it has a bunch of different like attachments, so you can adjust the size of the actual funnel part on the bottom. And then we've got our nylon socks as well, and I always do it over this bin. Shout out Tammy for the bin, because otherwise if I don't, all of the weighted pellets will go everywhere. Oh my gosh, like now. That's definitely too much. Oh, that actually might be the perfect size. I usually just eyeball it, and I actually think that that's pretty good. I always say that weighted pellets are kind of like glitter. They never really go away, so I find weighted pellets like all over my house in every single room. It's actually kind of weird. So we just tie that into a knot. And then the other thing that I always like to do is just double bag it, just because it makes me feel better knowing that there are 2 layers keeping all of the weighted pellets on the inside. And then we tie those 2 knots together, and there we go, our little onion. Oh, you know what? I've severely miscalculated. It's actually too much. See how it's kind of like stretching a little bit? We have to make another one slightly smaller this time. I feel like I always overestimate the amount of weighted pellets that I can put in something, but we will use this for one of our other creations today. There we go. That one is a much better size for him. And this is what he looks like, you guys. He's so cute. So like I mentioned before, this is the first time that I've ever made a fuzzy weighted mushy boy. So I did end up embroidering the little white spots on the top, and then I did the little blush detailing under each eye, and that is how he looks. So I'm really excited to share this with everybody tomorrow. I think he'd be a really cute desk buddy to just kind of put next to your computer so he can hang out with you while you're working. Let's add him to the inventory. Oh my gosh, he looks so small compared to the capybara. Speaking of capybaras, now let's make a fuzzy weighted cappy. So this is just going to be the no-sew ones that I've made before. If you guys remember, I will show it to you in a second once it's done, but I'm going to use the purple for the body and then the slate for like the snout and the legs. I thought it would be kind of cute to have a little cappy, especially since I now have my own much larger cappy pattern now. Oh my gosh, you guys, I don't think I showed this to you yet. This is so random. Okay, so I've always said that the one Squishmallow that I still wanted was the little banana one, and as you guys can see up there, I have a few Squishmallows up there. The chicken one, avocado, and the cow, and all of those have been won for me by Mr. Ale, my husband, in a claw machine. And several times we have seen the banana one in the claw machine, but it's always been like up on the shelf in the claw machine or like in the back corner, and we could never get it. Well, I was at the store the other day doing some Christmas shopping. It was around Black Friday, and I found this fella. Her name is Junie, very cute. She was only $15, and as you can see, she's a lot bigger than the other ones over there. I could not resist. So I got the big one, and you guys, it is so fluffy and comfortable. But with the addition of Junie, my Squishmallow collection is now complete, so yay. So I finished the capybara, and this is what she is looking like. So cute. So this is a free one available on Instagram by Lilac Moon Crochet, and I just thought that it would be really cute to have a mini cappy along with my giant cappy that I made. I don't know if I told you guys, so this capybara is like a whole foot tall, and I made it using Parfait Chunky with a 5mm hook. So that just shows you like when you use the demi pearl yarn, like a thicker yarn like that, or maybe even like a jumbo yarn like Sweet Snuggles and a larger hook, like you're gonna get a really big capybara. I was definitely channeling Cowboy Rex on this one. I really wanted like a larger plushie that was also kind of like dress up at the same time. So we have this fella done, and I put polyfill in the head and then weighted pellets kind of in the body back here. This is a really great pattern. It works up super quickly. And I also went ahead and made an octo with the Feels Like Bliss yarn as well. This is the first time I've ever done this. I did decide just to put regular polyfill in it, so this one's not weighted just because there's really not that much room in here, and I wasn't sure how much I would really be able to get in here anyway, because a lot of the material would just be like the nylon sock itself. So yes, we have these ones, and we are adding them to the pile. The next plushies that I wanted to make, I guess they aren't really even plushies. Well, they kind of are. I wanted to make 2 emotional support dumpster fires. This pattern is by the Fox Den Mom Life on Instagram. I've made a lot of these before. They're really cute, and I thought that they would be great, especially for this Palm Street, just because it is going to be on the 13th. So this is the last one that I'm doing before Christmas. So I anticipate that some people might be shopping for Christmas presents for other people, and I just think that these dumpster fires are the perfect Christmas present for people because everybody can relate to them. So I am going to get started on those. I think I'm gonna go ahead and make 2. So I want to make one in this really pretty blue color. This is Parfait Chunky Seaside, and then I'm also going to make one with lilac as well.
Okay, so I just finished both of the dumpster fires. They're looking so cute. The last thing that they need though is the little signs. So these actually come with the pattern. They just say emotional support dumpster fire. It's fine. I'm fine. Everything is fine. They're very, very cute. So let's go ahead and glue them to the actual dumpster fires. So I like to put one little dab on the back like that, and then place that kind of on the front center. Once that's in place, I put a little dab in this top corner here, and then I bring the arm over and put that over top of the glue, and it kind of gives it the look that the dumpster fire is holding the sign in his hands, which is really, really cute. So once that one is in place, I go to the other side and I put another little dab on that side as well, and then I bring the other arm over. One of the reasons I really like this hot glue gun is because it's one of the low heat ones, so even if I directly touch the glue like almost immediately after it comes out, it doesn't burn my finger, which is really good because I find that I accidentally touch the hot glue a lot. And this is how it looks at the end.
And here are the two finished emotional support dumpster fires.
And this is what our inventory is looking like. I'm definitely feeling a little bit more comfortable now that we have some smaller items, but I definitely like to keep making some more smaller items later on today.
But now that we've been crocheting for a while, I feel like it's time to take a break. So when Mr. LA and I were on our honeymoon last month, we actually got a massage for the very first time. And the first thing that the masseuse said when I walked in was, "Oh, you have a lot of tension in your shoulders." And I can only imagine, of course, that that is probably from crocheting. Whenever I'm crocheting, I have to constantly remind myself to drop my shoulders because for some reason my body thinks that it's imperative that my shoulders be up here while I'm crocheting, and I just hold a lot of tension right there. So that, my friends, brings me to the perfect sponsor for today's video, Bob and Brad. And specifically today we are going to be trying out their Easy Back Pro back massager. I think that's Bob and Brad right there. I told the masseuse that it was our very first time ever having a massage. Like, both of us, we'd never had a massage before, and he could not believe it. He looked at me like, "Are you crazy? How have you never had a massage before?" I didn't feel like that was an unusual thing. Like, I always grew up thinking that massages were, you know, very posh, very fancy, but ooh, okay. It kind of looks like a backpack. There's a little strap on the back, so I think that we can strap this to my chair. Okay, there we go. There we go. Oh my gosh, that actually fixed perfectly. Ooh, okay, so there's a little remote here and I plugged it in, so the little light is shining. Let's hit the on button. Oh my gosh. Whoa! So now that I've had an actual experience of a real massage, the little like hooks that are inside of the back massager do kind of feel like thumbs working into the back. Those hooks are like on the outside, and then there's kind of like these roller things on the inside that are like running down the spine, if that makes sense. So it looks like there's different modes. So for the spot mode, it looks like it'll just focus on one part of your back and kind of like work on that. And it looks like the rolling mode kind of works all the way down the back, kind of at a slower pace. So it just constantly is moving. And it says you can change the speed and the intensity. Oh, and there is a heat element too, which is really nice. Oh my gosh, wait, can you guys see that? The little heat coming off of it. So final thoughts on this. That was a very nice crochet break. I definitely feel it in my back. I like that you can change the speeds, and I also like that you can take the heat off, especially for like the hotter months. You probably wouldn't want to have that on. So if you guys would like to try out the Easy Back Massager or any of the other products that Bob and Brad has to offer, like the hand massager or the eye massager, the link is in the top of the description box below. Thank you so much again to Bob and Brad specifically for sponsoring today's video. And now let's get back to crocheting, and I will try to remind myself to keep my shoulders down. So now I am making a fuzzy weighted fruit hat ducky. This is what he's looking like currently. And I think I'm gonna make a blueberry hat for this one. Honestly, I can't remember if I've ever made a blueberry one or not. I think the only fuzzy weighted fruit hat duckies I've ever made up till until this point where the strawberry and the orange one, I believe. So I'm really excited to see how the blueberry hat looks using the Feels Like Bliss yarn. So something else that I like to do for the lives, whenever we hit 100 bookmarks for that live, I will auction off an item of everybody's choice starting at $1, and I'll post a poll on my Instagram story to decide what that's going to be. And this morning I posted that poll on my stories. I think I put like the fruit hat ducky, the splooting squirrel, and honestly I can't remember what the other two were, but last time I checked, the fuzzy weighted fruit hat ducky was leading ever so slightly, so this might be the one that we're going to auction for $1. We'll see what the poll results are tomorrow and then make the final decision then, but I know that we're also going to be at least auctioning off like the prototype for the splooting squirrel as well. So at the very least tomorrow we are going to be doing 2 $1 starting bids. And this larger onion that I made earlier should be the perfect size for this guy. Ah, you guys, look how cute! I am completely in love with the blueberry hat on this guy. Oh my gosh. He looks like just the sweetest little baby. I feel like, I don't know, this is really giving me like gender reveal vibes for some reason. So we have polyfill in the head and then full-on weighted pellets in the bottom there. So I have quite a few other things on my list right now, and it's actually already dark outside because it gets dark so early now. It's only 5 o'clock, but I have, okay, are you guys ready for this? If you know, you know. This fuzzy weighted splooting lion has been sitting in my whip cart for forever, and you guys, today is the day I am going to finish it. Tonight I have a members only live here on YouTube. By the way, if you're interested in becoming a YouTube member, just go to my page and check out the join button up top. We do 2 members only lives a month, and the first one of December is tonight, so I figured this would be a really fun project to work on during that because it's just a bunch of rounds of single crochet, so I can really like yap and talk to everybody while finishing this guy. I would also love to make a booty bee and maybe another Feels Like Bliss bee as well, like just the regular cylinder one. And then the other thing that I definitely need to do tonight is make another capybara so that I can take the photos of that and edit them and then put them into the pattern and like format everything so that my Patreon members can start to test this one. So I'm gonna see what I can get done, and then I will check back in with you guys in a little bit, hopefully with a nearly complete splooting lion. You guys, it's market day! I've been running around like crazy all day today trying to get everything done. That's always how it is whenever it's a market day, but I wanted to show you guys all of the things I was able to get done last night and today. So we will start with the booty bee. I have not made a booty bee in quite a long time. I decided to make a blue booty bee this time, and he's super, super cute. Parfait chunky 5mm hook. Also, I said I was going to do it, and we did it. I finally finished the fuzzy splooting lion. He took so much time to make. There's also a lot of weighted pellets in here. This guy weighs almost a full pound. He is 14 ounces. I weighed him on my scale. And this mane, you guys, it took so long to make. Working with this yarn is definitely like a labor of love, but he is so worth it. So I'm really excited to have him fully done as well. I put weighted pellets in the bottom here, and then up top, this is mostly just like polyfill. One of the reasons was because I was nervous about putting more weighted pellets in the pouch. I didn't want anything to come undone, so I think 14 ounces for this is pretty good. And then also, you guys, I finished this today. So I wanted, I don't know if I mentioned it in this video yet, but I wanted to do a pie variation for the Chef Capy pattern. I did a poll for my Patreon friends and they voted for the pie option as number 1 and then tomato as number 2. So I decided to do both, but you guys, I finished the cherry pie variation. You could also make it blue and then do a blueberry pie, but I just love how he turned out, and I used these custom eyes. These are by What's Up Cupcake. Shout out Christine. I love how he turned out, you guys. So cute. I am so excited for this pattern. This is what they look like together. Ah, they're so cute. The real question is, who is the head chef and who is the sous chef? And then finally, this is something that I just had the idea to do literally like maybe 20 minutes ago, I decided to make this fuzzy weighted bee right here. So it's kind of like an almond color with the darker slate color for the stripes. And we're gonna do a giveaway for this one. So anytime someone orders a physical plushie, they will be entered in to win the giveaway, and then we'll pull somebody's name randomly at the very end. The bucket we're going to be using is this Disney popcorn bucket that my husband and I got recently on our trip there. So that should be fun. And I'm just gonna write everybody's name who orders something on the little post-it note. So this is the final look at all of the inventory that I have for today. I'm definitely a lot happier about like the variation in terms of sizing and pricing and things like that I'm going to have available at this one. Last time I pretty much only just had like patterns that I was actively working on at that time, but this time I had enough time to do like some more random plushies and things like that. So I believe there's 16 plushies in total, not counting the giveaway bee, and then I think we also have like 22 patterns available on there as well. So this morning I also set up like all of my listings and things. I always like to put all the details in each of the listings, and then I also went ahead and kind of wrote down like the order and everything that I would like to go in. The playlist that we're going to be listening to today, because during the lives, because they're on Palm Street, we can listen to whatever music we want. So today we are going to be listening to some Christmas music, which is very exciting. We're going to be having some dance parties, which reminds me I need to get out my disco ball. A must, definitely. And I cannot believe it. It's currently 2:54, so it's about time to go live. I don't know how it happens. It always just feels like it's a mad rush, and then I only have a few minutes before every single time. Oh my gosh, you guys. Also, as I was opening the app, this just popped up. It's my Palm Street recap for the year. We're in the top 16% of sellers, which is absolutely insane. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we started January 25th. We did 19 lives, and that puts us in the top 21%. Holy cow. That's so crazy how they have all of them mapped out. Our longest live was 2 hours and 48 minutes. LOL. That is absolutely amazing. Across 40 states. You guys, oh my gosh, thank you so much for all of your support on Palm Street. It is so crazy seeing all of those stats like that. I'm always just completely blown away by like the support and everything. So just seeing like that whole year in review is just insane. Thank you guys so much. Also, it was really great seeing everybody's YouTube recaps. It definitely made my heart smile. So thank you guys so much for watching and for sharing that so I could see it, and like just all of your support. With that, I should probably jump onto the live because it is now 2:59, so we only have 1 minute left. I'm really excited to see what everybody thinks of Chef Cathy. Oh my gosh, you guys, yesterday was absolutely insane. We had a completely sold out market yesterday. It was so crazy. I thought it'd be cute and go get my table and kind of like set up a little kind of market booth here so we could really see like all of the inventory all together and kind of make it look like an actual in-person market. So yeah, this is how they all look together. Nice cute little family. Some of the highlights from yesterday. First of all, like I said, it completely sold out, which I totally was not expecting because I had 4 splitting squirrels. I just made a lot of them and I figured at least 1 or 2 of them probably wouldn't sell, but no, they all sold. Perhaps my highest sale ever happened yesterday, and that was for the jumbo Chef Capy. You guys, this fella sold for $131, which completely blew my mind. Like, I was just not expecting that at all. But it told me that people are really interested in jumbo cappies, so I definitely need to make some more of these. I do have some more of this demi pearl yarn, so I'm definitely going to be making another one of these. Maybe I'll make one with the tomato again and then another one with the cherry pie detailing. The 2 regular size cappies were also definitely the star of the show as well, and I would say between the 2 of them, probably the one with the cherry pie. You guys, I cannot get over the design of this Chef Capy. He looks so cute, and this actually kind of like opened up in my brain a bunch of different other possibilities of like baking crochet animals, so I thought that would be really cute. Another plushie that got a lot of attention was the Feels Like Bliss Splooting Lion. We also auctioned off, of course, the Fruit Hat Ducky starting at $1. People really loved him. When I said that he was giving off gender reveal vibes, people were like, oh yeah, I totally see it. Something else cool that happened, so I think I mentioned to you guys yesterday, this was the first time that I ever made the fuzzy weighted mushy boy. Somebody reached out and they wanted me to make 2 of them for Christmas, so we got those orders to do as well. Really, I haven't been accepting very many commission orders lately, but because they're small and I'm going to be mailing everything out tomorrow anyway, I figured I could just get those done and and ship everything together. And then we did do the draw, the giveaway at the very end of the live. So shout out to Tracy for winning the bee. 3 patterns sold as well during the live. And guys, I'm just so incredibly grateful as always for all of the support during these Palm Street lives. Like, it's absolutely such a blessing being able to share my crochet with everybody. And actually, I forgot to mention, so when we were doing the drawing for the bee, if you know, you know, we put on the chicken song and that was how we revealed the winner of that. But so the last step, of course, is packing up and shipping all of these guys. So today is Sunday, so I'm going to get everything ready today so that tomorrow I can just ship everything off. I want to give everything as much time as possible to get to everybody before Christmas. So hopefully the post cooperates and everything will get there in time. Just finished all of my tags. By the way, you guys, it snowed last night. Also, I got everybody holiday cards to send with all of the orders that are going out today, which I'm really excited about. And this is what all the packages are looking like. So now it's just time to tag and lint roll everything and just make sure all of the plushies are ready to go. Alrighty, and all of the plushies are packed up and ready to be shipped off tomorrow. And we just finished the 2 mushy boys. These are so cute. I've been having a lot of fun making them with the Feels Like Bliss yarn and putting the weighted pellets in them. So I might be making some more of these in the future in a bunch of different colors. And now everything is all packed up and we're ready to go off to the post office. So that brings us to the end of today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching and for coming along for this market prep video. As always, if you're crocheting while watching, let all of us know what you're making in the comments. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you in next week's video. Bye!